She's back! Hello besties, welcome back to the channel. I'm finally here. I'm bringing you a bunch of different BL titles that I've been reading last month for you to increase your TBR. Let's gonna break down everything that I read during July, from my absolutely favorites of this year to new incredible hidden gems that you need to keep an eye on. So, you know the drill. Grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's jump into my July reading wrap-up. And as usual, I'm gonna divide today's video in different categories: Danmei, Manhwa, and BL manga. Starting with Danmei, I got to read an amazing fan translation, and the good news is that has been licensed recently, so you all will have the opportunity to read this and even maybe have it on your shelves. It is a short story. It is a story called Danmei, in where everything surrounds a huge misunderstanding. I'm talking about Zhe Zhi. Lu Xuanwen pretends to be a cold-hearted villain while secretly burning with passion and love, and doing everything in his power, even if that means putting his life on risk to protect his beloved one. This is a story about misunderstanding, about a connection that cannot be hidden, and a story about two men with one of the most amazing chemistry. I have a short talking more in depth about it, so I will link it in the description of this video. This Danmei was an absolutely amazing discovery, and I gave it 4 stars. And from enemies to lovers kind of a story, we're moving to a more messy, toxic, and dark one, a Danmei, which is part of the 188 group. And if you're familiar with this group of Danmei titles, you already know what a heavy angst story this may be. I'm talking about Years of Intoxication. First of all, let me tell you, if you're not familiar with the 188 group, it is basically a group of different Danmei titles created by this author, don't ask me to pronounce her name, in where all the stories follows the same path. We have extremely toxic lead will make your blood boil, and a wife chasing arc. Our main lead here, it is a really famous singer who has been with our main character in this kind of friend with benefit relationship. But mind you, this garbage of man has been putting our main character through absolutely hell, mistreating him big time, humiliating him, and basically using him as a plaything. I have to say, if you're interested to read some of the titles of the 188 Danmei group, just keep in mind that a part of them being extremely toxic, they are pure drama as well. And I have as well a short talking more in depth about this story, so again I will link it in the description of this video. Let's continue with the reading wrap up, because obviously not everything has to be toxic, even though you know that I am pretty much attracted to this kind of stories. From this messy and chaotic relationship, we're gonna move to 2 Danmei titles that had got me giggling the entire time. One of them was After the Disabled God of War Became My Concubine, Volume 3. What can I tell you about this volume? I mean, I absolutely love it. You can see it in my face. After the Disabled God of War, it is one of the funniest Danmei story that I read, with top tier court politic and an amazing deep mutual trust between our main characters. But if I have to highlight something about this volume, it is finally the fact that our main character confess to each other. Obviously, this story has been amazing. Another binge read for me that brought me an amazing and fantastic time, because these two are absolutely, they're so adorable. And as you can imagine, I gave it 5 stars. And another 5 stars that it is also a transmigration story, and it is also another amazing volume 3. Mind you, also the start of my latest reading blog video. I'm talking obviously about Thrice Married to a Salted Fish, volume 3. Screaming, giggling, kicking my feet all the time. Seriously, I have no words to describe how much I love this Danmei story and how much I adore linking you and our salted fish relationship. It's not only that they are extremely fun, they have one of the best chemistries out there. It's also about the fact that they complement each other perfectly. And I talk about this more in depth in my reading blog. So if you want to revisit this amazing volume with me and get to discuss more about this power couple, make sure you check that out. As I said, obviously I have to give it 5 stars. I cried my eyes out with this volume, just as it happened with volume 1. You probably can know why. It is the cover. The cover, but more than the cover scene, it is the dream scenes that happen after, because when you get to see someone who always seems cold, composed, detached from everything, being completely ruined and in total despair, how it's not gonna hurt? It hurt so much. I personally cannot wait for the next volume to be out, last and final volume, which by the way, I'm really excited. I cannot wait, as I said, but at the same time, I don't want this story to end. Now let's gonna move to manhwas, because actually last month I was on a hiking trip, and if you follow me, you probably have seen my photos with little 𝐃𝐞𝐤𝐻, who was my companion during my holidays. So obviously I didn't have enough time to read my beloved Danmei, and in those cases, manhwas and BL manhwas are always coming to my rescue. I have to say, I got to discover really amazing stories last month. Let's start with Dear Stranger. This is an omegaverse, and one in where we're gonna find amnesia trope. That is one of the tropes that I hate a lot. However, in this case, even though with the amnesia arc, I totally enjoy and love this manhwa story. Great news for you. It's not only that we will have obviously a happy ending, we will have mpreg. I gave this manhwa 4 stars. We continue, sadly, with amnesia trope. I know, I said I don't like this trope. Why you keep reading BLs with this kind of scenarios, Maria? Well, in my defense, I had no clue. But this time, it is a short story. I really don't know how I feel about it, because even though I really enjoyed it and the art was absolutely amazing, the ending was a bit frustrated. But you know why? The fun fact is that it was frustrated because it was way too realistic. Here we're gonna have age gap, and one of the main characters that lost his memory due to an accident. His memory will go back to reset mode every week, losing all the information and everything that he learned about his actual situation after every 7 days. He woke up in the home of the younger brother of his past fiancé. He will get to learn that he is not engaged anymore, that his beautiful woman disappeared from his life, that now his guardian, it is actually this younger man who, surprise, surprise, has been in love with him for several years. To be honest, I am surprised with myself, is that I really wanted to reach this point in where these two were gonna be totally down bad for each other. They're gonna be in love, they're gonna be fluffy, they're gonna be happy together. Well, they will be together, but not lying in love as I wish they were, and as other manhwas have used me to expand. And that was actually the only reason that I gave it 3 stars. You have to keep in mind though that my rating are being made after I finish what I read. To be honest, now looking back at this story, I probably will give it 4 stars because even though I was expecting a more dramatic fantasy love happy ending, considering that we're talking about adult men here, it has total sense that the end was how it was. We continue with the manhwas, with one that was really adorable to read and another one with really amazing art. Here I have to point out the amount of effort and hard work that the author put behind this manhwa. I'm talking about Don't Lie to Me. I wanted to highlight the hard work of the author because it is not common to have different covers for several chapters, and in this case you will have them, and I can tell you they look exactly as beautiful prints to collect, which obviously I made sure to save several screenshots of every single one of them. In this manhwa we're gonna have a teacher and a student, we have age gap, and we will have time skip and a beautiful reunion as well. And if you love genre men, this is for you because our main lead, it is a real genre. He has been in love with our main character for several years. He confessed he got rejected. As I said, years after, he got to be reunited with him, and obviously the feelings that he thought that were more than forgotten, that love never fade. And it's really cool to see actually our main character getting to fall in love with our main lead little by little. We start this relationship from pity, from a feeling of responsibility, I will say, and we will end up with a main character completely down bad for this young man. And I gave it 4.25 stars. From this same author, I went to read 8th Time the Charm, which is actually a short story, but I have to say that meh, yeah, I don't know. It was fine. It was fine if you don't have anything else to read. It wasn't bad, but let's say it wasn't that amazing for me. I gave it 2.5 stars. And we're moving now to mangas, and let me tell you, the majority of my reading from last month was actually BL mangas, and really great one. I continue with How to Deal When Your Intimidating Neighbor is Actually an Omega, Volume 2. And if you watch my previous reading wrap-up video of 𝐴𝐢𝐸, you know that I absolutely love this story. However, in this volume, miscommunication knocks the door and enters with full power. Our knife Alpha is not able to smell his omega pheromones. Or clever, dangerous looking, but really sensitive Omega has realized and will start doubting our Alpha's feelings. But still, I love these two so much, and I give it 4 stars. The next one, it is another adorable one, Melt at 9. Here we have our main character who is really insecure and basically cannot perform, cannot get intimate with his partner. One day, when he was drunk, he would meet this mysterious call boy, who, by the way, end up going to his apartment by mistake. Our call boy will decide to help our main character with his insecurities and basically with his lack of experience. And as you can already imagine, they will totally fall in love with each other. And I gave it 3.5 stars. Now we're moving Under My Skin. This manga is not nothing out of this world, I will say, but I really enjoyed it. They both met on a mixer and they both will get interested on each other, but obviously our main character has his whole pretty high. The main lead will have to defeat our main character's insecurities. He will totally find a place in our main character's heart. I gave it 3.5 stars as well. And another one that was really lovely and I really adore and enjoy, it is I'll Go to See You Again Tomorrow. Here we have college student and our main character who always end up getting dumped. But he continued wanted to find the ultimate love experience, this kind of fairy tale romance, and he would end up finding it. But thanks to a man, I gave it 4.5 stars, and I can tell you it was wholesome, fluffy, and really sweet. And we're moving now to probably my favorite BL mangas that I read last month. They are all from the same author, CTK. Absolutely amazing mangaka, which is the same author behind Midnight Rain. I'm pretty sure you at least have heard about that amazing manga. In this case, I read Never Good Enough, Volume 1 and 2, and on Doorstep. With Never Good Enough, here we have a messy adult drama with an intense psychological pull and back. Or mainly, it is the younger brother of the MC's ex. And what I love the most is how realistic these characters felt. I gave Volume 1 3.5 and Volume 2 4.5 stars. I'm moving to On Doorstep. I love it. I love it so much. First of all, let me tell you, I gave it 4.5 stars. Here we have an ex-police officer and a young pickpocket in where urban crime meets domestic fluff. It is a story about healing, about healthy and safe boundaries, and a story with two main characters with an amazing and sharp chemistry. And this will be it if you stay up until now. Thank you so much, bestie, for watching. As I said, I will be linking all the different shorts that I have talking more in deep about the different titles that I talk today. But now I want to hear from you. Which were your favorite read of last month, or what you're reading now that you are absolutely obsessed? And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos if you love obsessing over BL as much as I do. I hope you're having an amazing time. I go back to you in the comments and see you in the next video. Ciao!